Here I am at a local high school, and what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be shooting some sports, basketball to be specific, and I'm going to give you the rundown, what I do for every single game. First thing I do is I find a spot to shoot, which for me is in the corner, shooting at the basket, obviously, but I have full range from over to one corner to up to center court. And I'm using the 90 f2 on the Fuji X-T30, and it worked quite well for me. It's a 135 equivalent, so it works great. Now the next thing that I do is I take a custom white balance off of a white wall we got here, and it works really well. And I'm using a classic chrome JPEG simulation because I don't shoot raw for this stuff because I need to get the images out quickly. I hope this audio is coming through all right because it's kind of noisy in here. And I'm only gonna be here for about a half, so I'm gonna get back and forth to you, talking at you and tell you what I'm doing. But I got a nice little chair that I bring with me, a little 3-leg stool thing, works great. And that's in case, like normally, place would be mobbed. So finding a place to sit that's pointing right at the basket from the corner would be fairly difficult. So I'm not going to be worrying about it anyway with this crowd that's not here because of the mask thing and the COVID regulations and all that. I've got it set on continuous high. The autofocus is on, I think, on 3. I play around back and forth with that because sometimes it doesn't feel like it's working great. But honestly, it's this little camera works great for this, and I've used the 50-140 from time to time, and also the XH1, and actually those work really well too. So I'll show you what's going on a little bit later. So this is the gym we're working with right here. And over here, this is the white wall that I'm taking my custom white balance off of, and I shoot from right here in the corner, so they get the basket right there, all the way to the rear line here and over to center court. Works really well for me.
This is just to give you an idea of the angle that I'm shooting from. I'm actually just a little bit more to the right, but it just gives you a good idea of where to sit. As you can see here, I'm moving around quite a bit, trying to get the shot, following the play, and I'll rip off a few frames here and there right about now. Now, if you think this is easy, shooting in vertical format, just take a look at this video right here. As you can see, everything's moving really quick and you're shooting in vertical format. It's not an easy thing to catch the action. So this is an 11-shot sequence made with the Fuji X-T30 and the 90 f2, latest firmware upgrade with the X-T30, so the autofocus speed is pretty quick. And you can tell that all these shots are in focus except the second one where just the ball in his hands are in focus. But the rest of them, this is a buzzer beater shot, by the way, at the end of the half. The rest of these shots are all in focus. Pretty amazing for this little camera. This is the shot I turned in. This one, his face is blocked. But as you can see, 0.1 left on the clock. Pretty amazing. I'm pretty excited about this camera and lens combination because it works really well with for this particular sport. I'm gonna go through these again. As you can see, the second one's a little bit out. Hands on the ball are in focus, but because they're out in front of them. But the two guys are just a little bit out. Pretty amazing. Kept up with them just fine. So that's it. Just want to show you a sequence of 11 shots. Now normally I'm shooting in three or four images at a time, not 11. But this kid had an open court, and I figured, what the heck, follow him in and see. And he made the shot, by the way. What I'm showing you here is how perfect the white balance is. White balance is absolutely perfect, and it makes the job of editing for publication so much easier because I don't have to basically do anything, but I will call up levels and it will hit auto and it brings in the black point and the white point, and now we have exactly what I need. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten out the background a little bit and the floor and move this up to the top right there. Now as you can see on the edges here, we got edge problems, so I call this edge patrol. We're going to get rid of this guy over here, and we're going to get rid of this guy over here. And then we're going to bring this bottom up to about like that. Okay, there we go. That's the finished image. That's the image that I sent off to the publications. It's pretty perfect, and I just wanted to let you know that straight out of camera JPEGs, very little work, black point, white point, and absolutely perfect. Here are 3 of the images that I turned in from this particular assignment. And I got to tell you, the X-T30 and the 90 really work well together for basketball. And if you follow these tips that I gave you, you shouldn't have any trouble working inside some of the gyms that we see for our high school basketball. Well, that's it for me. I just wanted to give you a glimpse of what I do here on Wednesday and Friday nights. I'm only here for a half, and I think that we got some good stuff. At the very end of the half here, a kid got a buzzer beater with a great shot. Difficult to show me shooting at the same time. Anyway, the exposure here is a 3200, 1000 at f2, and it's quite honestly a very bright gym. When we used to do this in film days, it was nowhere near as bright as this. And I actually graduated from this high school, and it was dim as hell. It wasn't anything like this. So this is actually a real treat here. They've completely redone this whole field house. It's absolutely beautiful. And the lighting is outstanding. And by the way, if you enjoy this video, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give me a like and a comment. That would be great. And I hope you enjoyed this video because I had quite a lot of fun doing it.